Hi, moms and dads. Today we're going to bust 3 myths about teen behaviors and attitudes. Some you may know, some may be a surprise to you, but here we go. Myth number 1, your teens are out to get you. Their behavior is deliberately mean and nasty. No, no, and no. There's a lot going on for your teens right now, especially what's going on in their brain. So this part of the brain called the prefrontal cortex is growing and developing, but obviously not fast enough for us. This is the part that helps teens grow their ability to make rational decisions, to be more deliberate about their behavior rather than impulsive, right? So they're in a difficult time right now. They're impulsive, they take risks, their thoughts are chaotic and jumbled. So prefrontal cortex has a lot to do with this. Now there are other things going on as well. So your teens are not being manipulative, although it feels that way when they're trying to get something that they want. But you may be seeing behaviors like leaving the table and not wanting to spend time with family, overusing of screen time and devices, no other family time, the nasty comments, the slam doors, the drama, the eye rolling. A lot of this is tied up with the brain and the confusion that's going on inside. Now, if you look back at your own teen years, I dare say that you could find some times that you were in a state of confusion as well. So this is to be expected from our kids. In addition, I believe that they're living in a much more stressful world than the one that we grew up in. So you add that to their brain going through all these changes. Now add one more piece to that, and that's that there is some resemblance to what goes on during the toddler years. When your kids are toddlers, they are learning how to separate from you, to realize that they can exist independently from you. And to a certain extent, that's true with teenagers. So this is their time for teenage separation. They are trying to figure out, who am I? Where am I going? On the one hand, how do I fit in? And on the other hand, how can I differentiate myself and, be unique in some way and not like everybody else? So there's this inner conflict going on between fitting in and being different in a positive way. So there's all that confusion. They are more likely to go to their friends for guidance or to be influenced by them. So you see that there's a lot of confusion, a lot of internal chaos, head, heart, soul. It's all one big mishmash, to be honest. All right, so our teens are not deliberately being mean. They are kind of being ruled by this underdeveloped part of their brain and their natural inclination to separate at this age. Myth number 2, trying to reason with your teen is a good way to approach them and get the results that you want. You can't speak in a reasoning way with somebody who's being unreasonable. And we're seeing that, again, bring that back to all the brain things that are going on. So logic, we wish that they had more logical thoughts that were less influenced by those big emotions, because in the teen world, all the emotions are big and a lot of them are kind of scary. So logic just flies right out the window, right? Remember, though, that you can respond in a reasonable way. You can be reasonable. Be a little more moderate. Try to understand what's going on. Don't jump in and criticize or try to fix things or micromanage them, right? Be moderate. Be reasonable with them and understand, remember what's going on for them. And reason number 3, or myth number 3 about teen behavior is that you can change their attitude and their behavior by using punishments. Punishments are by their very nature kind of punitive, and I know that sounds repetitive, but something that's punitive has anger, frustration, control, struggle behind it. There's a lot of negative energy coming out of that. And the kids are naturally going to push back against that. So if you think that getting them to change who they are and who they're becoming by instituting punishments, it's all negative, and they're not learning anything other than maybe how to get around you the next time or just how to avoid you. So the distance between you grows. And when they still need you very much, although they will deny it, what you want is to be bringing them closer. So those punishments aren't going to work. What you want is to have something that's a little more like boundaries, which I've spoken about before. Boundaries and collaboration. We want our kids to learn how to be better and do better, how to manage their own emotions. This is all part of emotional intelligence. The idea behind what comes next after some undesirable behaviors is for them to learn something effective, productive, and helpful for them as they move into the adult world. Okay, quick recap. They are not intentionally being mean and manipulative. Reasoning with them is not effective, and punishments don't work, whereas collaboration and true deeper level learning is what we're going for. And we're going to address those in future talks that I do. In the meantime, if there's something here that resonated for you and you really want to discuss it, let me know about your concerns. Just send me a message. We'll set up some time to talk, and I'll be happy to support you in any way I can.